Well, hello there! It's that time again! Yes, it is! Time for the blog that truly blazes here on this beautiful Sunday morning, November the 6th of 2016. And as usual, I'm going to go over the energies that were at the end of last week's reading, what we're coming into now, and always most interesting for us, what lies ahead of us as that week progresses towards the end. And as usual, it is going to be an interesting ride. Do stay tuned. Okay, the first card is the last card of the previous week's reading, and this card for us was the Princess or Page of Swords. Now basically this indicated a lot of mental focus, having our minds really pointing towards our goals and avidly pursuing them, and also fending off negativity. As she's swinging that sword, she's fending away negative energy, which is what we perhaps needed to do and continue to need to do, because we do have to focus on what is positive in our lives despite negative things that might be going on around us. And of course there's always something negative, there's always something to deal with. That's the way it is. It just seems to be a little more intense right now, as we're going to see in the next card. That's right, the card for the present, what we're coming into now, is the Three of Swords, entitled Sorrow. It's attributed to Saturn in Libra. Now, if you're not experiencing sorrow, that is fine. My heart is heavy. We've had some things happening in our family and with friends that are not happy events. For one thing, a dear friend of mine, John O'Sullivan, and a good man, such a good man, a man in his 50s, a man that I knew years and years ago when he was, like myself, very seriously addicted to cocaine, to other drugs, got sober years back, and I found this out recently. I met him at the Veterans Clinic, and I had written him off. I thought this man was either going to be dead in a mental hospital or something of that nature, and it turned out he had recovered. He was doing very well. He was helping others. He was helping other people get sober. He was a shining light. He passed away earlier this week. He had some sort of surgery and died from complications. I found out about this on Facebook. Then another situation that's been going on for a while, Barbara's granddaughter, Michelle Ryder, has cancer. She had a large growth inside of her that was found by accident. She works as a tech, and they put her on the table just as a practice thing for one of the students, and found that she had a growth. They removed it surgically, but unfortunately there's some cancer cells remaining. So she's looking at having a lot of chemo, whatever other treatment she has to have. This will take several months, and it's require her to not be working. Very important that she recover. She's 34 years old, single mother of two beautiful girls, and our hearts and our prayers go out to her for swift recovery, for strength to endure this ordeal, and to make it through successfully, and continue to be healthy and vibrant for years to come. And also I found out the other night that a dear friend of mine, Donnie Schultzer, has cancer. And this saddens our heart greatly. He's a dear friend of Barbara's and I. Him and his wife have been coming down here as snowbirds for several years now, and we've known them for a bit. And they called me the other night, and they're not going to make it down this year because he is very sick. He has cancer that's gone into his brain, into his lungs, and he's not a candidate for chemotherapy. He's over 80, so this is not really a situation where we're really looking for, I'll be frank with you, recovery as much as a peaceful transition, blessings. If a miracle from God and the angels can come, it would be certainly welcome to him. I love this man to death. He's like family to me, and I hate to see him go, but I just pray for the best for him and for his missus. So these are things that surround me right now, and they are oppressive. It's not happy, but it is part of our existence. You know, we go here on earth to be tried, to be made true, through trial and tribulation. The great angel Cassiel extends these things to us, and then at the end, this great angel of Saturn takes us away, and we pray that he bless those who need it, and those who need to be taken away, that they be guided with love and peaceful transition. Now, of course, your circumstances may not be so serious and dour as what I've just pointed out, but we all go through our trials in life, and as we do these things, if we don't want to try to avoid them, the best way is just simply to embrace them and say, okay, let me have strength to endure this trial. Give me strength to endure this tribulation. Give me the power to learn from this, that I can extract the lesson so that it does not have to be repeated. That's what we want to try to do. And as we do that, we gain in strength, we gain in confidence, and we become more and more what we are supposed to be, divine beings having a human experience. And this will continue for us as we see in the next card. That's right, the third and final card, the card for the end of the week, is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is attributed to Mars in Leo, and it's entitled Valor, or Victory at Last Gasp. In the Rider-Waite depiction, it's shown as a man standing on a hill, and he's fighting off 6 guys with sticks. He's playing King of the Hill. It's an arduous situation. He's making it, but it's difficult. All right. Now, again, there's a couple of things too mundane that could be tying in with this. For one thing, we've had daylight savings time come to an end, and this tends to throw us off a bit. That ties back in with Three of Swords, changes of structure. Saturn rules time, so that time change can influence us as well, if nothing else. We also have the election coming up on Tuesday, and it's a tremendous buildup of energy. It's been something that's been going on for months. It's going to come to an end, and energies are going to really shift. And for some of this may come as a bit of a downer. You build up to something, and then it goes away, and it can bring you down a bit. Again, we don't have to stay down. We want to stay up. We want to continue to focus on what is positive in our lives, enjoy it, and move forward. Okay, astrologically, nothing tremendously dramatic. Around the middle of the week, the moon is going to be conjunct Neptune, so if you're sensitive to Neptunian energies, that may have some influence on you as well. But other than that, there's nothing big drama going on, no Mercury retrograde. Actually, a lot of good aspects between moon and different planets as the week progresses. It's just dealing with these currents as they come, that's all. Well, there you go. The blog is Blaze. You blaze with it. Thanks for watching my blog. Many, many blessings to you. Until I see you next week, brightest of blessings. Bye-bye now.